Bright Duty. Every student matters.
And now here there are the different types of crops. That means the major crops, crops other than the crops, non-food and horticulture. In major crops it is wheat, maize, rice and millets. And crops other than grains are sugarcane, tea, coffee, oil seeds, rubber, jute, fiber crops. And in horticulture, pea, potato, onion, cabbage and tomato. Now let's see what is rice. Rice is the staple food crop of a majority of people in India. Our country is the largest producer of rice after China. Then it is a kharif crop. Conditions are required. It needs high temperature, that is above 25 degrees Celsius, and high humidity. Annual rainfall above 100 centimeter. In the areas of low rainfall, it grows with the help of irrigation. And the areas where it is found, northeastern India, plains of north, coastal areas, and deltic regions. It is a paddy crop. Now the wheat. This is the second most important cereal crop. It is the main food crop in north and northwestern part of India. This is a rabi crop. The conditions required: cool growing season, then bright sunshine, and the time of ripening. And it requires 50 to 75 centimeter of rain of annual rain, evenly distributed over the growing season. And areas of cultivation are Ganga Satluj plains on the northwest and black soil region of Deccan Plateau, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Rajasthan and parts of Maharashtra. Now the millets. Jowar, Bajra and Ragi. So these are known as coarse grains. They have high nutritional value. Jowar. It is the third most important crop. It is red-fed crop mostly grown in moist areas. Maharashtra is the largest producer, followed by Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. Then Bajra. It grows well in sandy soils and shallow black soil. Rajasthan is the largest producer, followed by Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Haryana. Ragi, very important millet. This is again a millet crop. It is a crop of dry regions and grows well on red, black, sandy, loamy and shallow black soils. Karnataka is the largest producer, followed by Tamil Nadu. Other important producers of ragi are Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Jharkhand and Arunachal Pradesh. Ragi is very rich in iron, calcium and other micronutrients and roughage. Now, maize. It is used both as food and fodder. Conditions required for the crop is: it is a kharif crop which requires temperature between 21 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius. It grows as well as in old alluvial soil. In some states like Bihar, maize is grown in rabi seasons. And areas for cultivation required are Bihar, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. Now the pulses. I suppose you all know what are pulses. Here are the pictures also. India is the largest producer of pulses. Major pulses producing states in India are MP, UP, that is Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh. And examples are Tuar Dal, Urad, Moong, Masoor. Pulses are the major sources of protein in a vegetarian diet, and they need less moisture and can survive even in dry conditions. Hopefully everyone knows what is sugarcane. You must have enjoyed its juice as well in summers. It is a tropical as well as subtropical crop. It grows well in hot and humid climate, temperature 21 to 27 degrees Celsius, and an annual rainfall between 75 centimeter and 100 centimeter. And please mind it, whatsoever the crops which we are learning here, you all need to learn the temperature required, the climate required, and the rainfall required. This is a common feature which you should know for all the crops and the cereals. Can be grown on variety of soils and needs manual labor from sowing and harvesting. India is the second largest producer after Brazil, and main source of sugar is jaggery, khansari and molasses. And major sugar producing states are Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Punjab and Haryana. Now the tea. Example of plantation crop. It is called beverage crop also, and it was introduced by the British people. I think you all must be knowing it. Tea plant grows well in tropical and subtropical climates, endowed with deep and fertile, well-drained soil, rich in humus and organic matter. Tea bushes require warm and moist free climate throughout the year. Tea requires abundant, cheap and skilled labor. Tea is processed within the tea garden to restore the freshness. Major tea producing states are Assam, hills of Darjeeling and Jabalpur, district, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. And India is the leading producer as well as the exporter of tea in the world. Now, very important, coffee. Crops other than grains. One is coffee. Earlier we read about tea. Again, it is a beverage. India produces about 4% of the world's coffee. Indian coffee is known as the world for its good quality. The Arabica variety, initially bought with the Yemen, is produced in India. This variety is of great demand in the world. Its cultivation was initially introduced as the Baba Budan Hills, and even today, its cultivation is confined to the Nilgiri in Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu. Now, one more crop is there other than the grains. It is oil seeds. Now, India is the second largest producer of groundnut oil, and different. Its seeds are grown covering approximately 12% of the total cropped areas of the country. And major oil seeds produced in India are groundnut, mustard, coconut, sesame, soybean, castor seeds, cotton seeds, linseed, and sunflower. These all are major oil seeds produced in India. And most of the oil produced are edible and used for cooking medium also. Like we all can use for these cooking purpose too. And some of these are also useful for cosmetic soap and ointments. If you could read, like it is clearly written on the soaps or sometimes on the creams that what kind of oil is used in that particular product. India is the largest producer of oilseeds in the world. Now let's move to the horticulture crops. What are horticulture crops? India is the largest producer of fruits and vegetables in the world, and India is producer of tropical as well as the temperate fruits. Fruits are in great demand. Mangoes, I hope everyone likes it, and mangoes of Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and West Bengal. Even I am very much fond of mangoes. Oranges of Nagpur and Cherrapunji. Bananas of Kerala, Mizoram, Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu. Lychee and guava of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Pineapple of Meghalaya. Grapes of Andhra Pradesh and Maharashtra. Apples, pears, apricots, and walnuts of Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. India produces 13% of the world's vegetable. As it produces 4% of coffee, it produces 30% of the world's vegetables. And it is an important producer of pea, cauliflower, onion, cabbage, tomato, brinjal, and potato. Now the non-food crops. That means we need few things which are apart from food crops. One of them is rubber. I think all you know what is rubber. It is an equatorial crop. Okay, and but under special conditions it is also grown in tropical and subtropical areas too. It requires moist and humid climate, as I told you. Again, the climate and rainfall required is 200 centimeter and the temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. So these three things are very common in all the crops. It is an important industrial raw material. It is mainly grown in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Garo Hills. And India ranks fifth among the world's natural rubber forests. See, what you have to learn in all these, you have to learn the climate, temperature, rainfall, location, ranking, or production. These are the 5 common things which you need to learn about all the crops. Now, consumption of natural rubber. See, here is a graph given here. The blue one is auto tires and tubes, then cycle tires and tubes, camelback, footwears, belts and horses, latex form, dip goods and others. So this is the ratio in this chart where you can see it. Now the fiber crops. Fiber itself means cloth, through which we get cloth. Cotton, jute, hemp and natural silk are the 4 major fiber crops in India. The first 3 are derived from the crop grown in soil. Silk is obtained and cocoons of silkworms fed on green leaves, especially mulberry. Rearing of silkworms for the production of silkworm is known as sericulture. Cotton. Very important and very major cultivation of India. India is believed to be the original home of cotton plant. One of the main raw material of cotton textile industry. It is the 3rd largest producer of cotton. It grows well in drier parts of black soil and Deccan Plateau. High temperature, light rainfall, 210 frost-free days and bright sunshine for growth. Kharif crop. It requires 8 to 10 months to mature. Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh are major cotton producing states. Now, the technology and institutional reforms and hindrances to the development of Indian agriculture. Now, what are the technologies being used in the institutional reforms to produce good amount of cultivation, like good amount of crops, and what are the hurdles to the development of Indian agriculture? Hindrances means the hurdles which Indian agriculture is facing. The agriculture has been practiced in India for thousands of years, and sustained uses and land without compatible techno-institutional changes have hindered the pace of agriculture development. Now, why has India not improved in technical and institutional reforms in agriculture? It is very clear. In spite of development of sources of irrigation, most of the farmers in large parts of the country still depend on the monsoon because they don't have good sources of irrigation. So, natural fertility in order to carry on their agriculture, and agriculture needs serious technical and institutional collectivization and consolidation of holding corporation and abolition of zamindars, etc. were given priority to bring reforms in country after independence. Now, land focus of the first 5 year plans. Now, right of inheritance had led to fragmentation of land holding, and the laws of land reforms were enacted by laws of implementation were lacking, and we are reading about the green revolution in India. That means how the agriculture was promoted. So, what were the steps taken by government in agricultural reforms? Government of India embarked upon introducing agriculture reforms to improve Indian agriculture in 1960s and 1970s. Green Revolution based on use of package technology and White Revolution Operation Flood were some of the strategies initiated to improve Indian agriculture. But this led to the concentration of the development in few selected areas. So, what happened, children? In the year 1980 and 1990s, a comprehensive land development program was initiated which included both institutional and technical reform. Now, provisions of crop insurance against calamities, establishment of Grameen banks, cooperative societies, and bank of providing loan facilities at lower rate of interest were successfully steps taken. Few other steps were also taken. The Kisan Credit Card, that is KCC, Personal Accident Insurance Scheme, are some other schemes introduced by the Government of India for the benefit of the farmers. Now, moreover, special weather bulletins and agricultural programs for farmers were introduced on the radio and television. The government also announces minimum support price, remunerative and procurement prices of important crop to check the exploitation of farmers by speculation and the middlemen. Agro-based industries in India. Irrigation pumps, fertilizers, drip and sprinkle irrigation, agricultures and machines, and agro-based industries in India. Now, Bhudan, very important. Mahatma Gandhi declared Vinoba Bhave in his spiritual year. That means who was a successor, who was his follower, and he was just carry forwarding the things. He also participated in Satyagraha as one of the foremost Satyagrahis. He supported Gandhiji's concept of Gram Swarajya. After Gandhiji's martyrdom, Vinoba Bhave undertook Padyatra to spread his message throughout the country. Once, when he was at Andhra Pradesh, some landless farmers demanded land for their economic well-being. He assured them to talk to the Indian government for provision of land for them if they undertook cooperative farming. Sri Ramchandra Reddy stood up and offered 80 acres of land to 80 landless farmers. This was known as Bhudan. Later, he introduced his ideas throughout India. Some zamindars offered to distribute villages among the landless. This was known as Gramdan. That means the complete village was distributed to the landless farmers. So, however, many landowners chose to provide some part of their land to the land poor farmers due to the fear of Land Sealing Act. So, this Bhudan Gramdan movement initiated by Vinoba Bhave is known as Bloodless Revolution. These are the major rice growing areas beta. This is map work. Area where it is found: northeastern area, plains of north coastal areas and deltic regions. Rice grown in the areas of less rainfall like Punjab, Haryana, western parts of Rajasthan. Now the major wheat growing areas: Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Rajasthan, parts of Madhya Pradesh. Major growing areas, minor growing areas, and these are the red one are major and the grey one is minor. Now major crops other than grains, non-food crops grown in India like Gujarat for cotton, Karnataka for coffee, Then rubber for Kerala, Odisha jute, UP sugarcane, Assam tea. At last, I would say agriculture is the most helpful, most useful, and most noble employment of men. It is not a farming, it is a feeding, it is not a job, it is all about passion and hard work. You eat today, thanks a farmer. An industry that feeds you is an industry worth fighting for. Now, we should thank all those who work in acres, not in ours. Let's salute our farmers who made our lives possible. We get food and shelter just because of the farmers, because they spend a lot of hours in summers, in winters, in rainy season, and all the time they're on their feet, on their toes in the fields. Thank you and hope all of you have enjoyed the chapter and understand.